I had an interesting question. So a user wants to make sure that when an item is deleted from a list, um, he wants to copy the item before it gets deleted. And so we were looking at Power Automate and how to do that. And actually, well, you can restore the item, you can capture the item when it's deleted, but you can't really find out the data, the metadata of the item. So eventually, there's a much simpler workaround. So let's have a look. Here I have an item. I'm not going to delete it. Instead, what I want to do is that I want to have a column which will be called, for instance, archive, right? So that's simple to do. So here I have my column. I just created archive, and when a user is going to modify the item, it would just have to go at the bottom somewhere here and say archive yes. Once it's saved, I want to have a Power Automate which will run on the item, and as soon as it says archive, I'm going to first move this item to a copy of the list, so another list, and then we'll delete that item. Okay, so let's do that quickly. Right, so let's go to integrate Power Automate and then create our flow. But remember that the template here, well, that's not really what I want to do. So I'm going to go into my list of flow, and I will just do create a new one from scratch, which is going to be automatic. Okay, automated. Here I want to copy item and then delete it from list. So it's every time someone modifies, so someone changes a trigger, like changes a field to archive equal yes. So I say create, and then I need to select my site and which list. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna put journey planner. Now we just go to new step, and new step is copy. Remember, so we need to have a list already, but I'm gonna find a copy of that list. So super quickly, I can go into new of the same site, new list. This time I said from existing list, and it was a journey planner. So let's do this thing. Select the site, the list, click next. Here we have journey planner, but I'm gonna say archive. And then I don't want to show it in navigation, create it. Let's go back to our Power Automate. So now we want to do a copy. It's a copy inside SharePoint. So I can just do copy item. Come on, show me the copy item. Otherwise, I just search for it. Copy item, which doesn't have it, by the way, of course. So we do a create item. Create item. Again, we select the site, select the list. You already found out that there's a copy now. It's going to be archive. And here we go. Now we have all the fields. So all we have to do is associate the same field to the same original one, which is the item is created. So we go to the dynamic value, we select everything in a click. Here we go, everything has been assigned, and now we can just do save. But before we want to save, remember we have copy item, we want to delete the item. So let's do new step, and we can already search for it. So we do delete item. This time it exists into SharePoint, delete item. Of course, the delete item is the one of the original, so same address, but the ID is going to be the interesting one, right? So ID, we need to refer it to the one we had before, which is when an item was modified, is this ID. And now finally we can save it, and we're going to test it straight away. Okay, so let's say we have this thing called welcome breakfast. We want to modify, we don't want to delete it straight away. We want to modify it, and we're going to say that this time is a yes as archive. So as soon as I save, Power Automate is going to realize there's a trigger, so it will start, and then it's going to copy this item to the new list, and then we delete it, okay? It could be doing it as I speak and deleting it. So let's have a look. So if I look at the log, click on the log, the last one of my test, I can see that it's been doing it detected the modification, create everything in the separate list, and then once it's finished, he has deleted it. So if I go in the next list, here we go, it just appeared. Now we have the same item. So we have a copy. We don't need to delete, etc., and then lose track. We have a copy, then only we delete it.